All right, we have a special guest. We have our dear friend Donovan Hawkins, and we're going to be talking about his height check, his vertical jump, and we're going to be looking at flight times along with what he actually tested. So this is something that we have not theorized, we've kind of had thoughts about, and I never have been able to see the data with 120 frames per second
Bruh.
on a Vertec and a height check. And Isaiah is a fan of height checks being, you think they're more accurate? What's your thoughts on it?
No, I think height checks, you can't cheat when comparing from person to person.
Okay. And I think that that's my
I
personal
do
opinion. I don't like it.
personally like for measuring my progress, I prefer touching an object. And
Then height checks.
and I get high. This is going to be interesting. I get higher flight times when I test my vertical versus height checks.
Right. So Donovan has tested, like we said, his height check the other day. I had a crazy height check. And I've actually, one other time, I took both of these videos that our dear friend DillIan took from Dunkademics. And I took these clips and I was able to look at the frame rate being 120, and I was able to measure when his toe left the ground and when it touched back down to see how long he was in the air. And then I looked at what position his body was in when he landed in each of these different jumps. And I've always said this, but intra-rater reliability is really high. Inter-rater reliability is not as good, but it can also doubly validate what we already know about a jump. So for example, if a jump is really high and we know that they, whatever, they had their neck above the rim, the flight time should corroborate that. If we look at, unless the video was altered, if we see someone that, they test on a Vertec and they tested 50, the flight time should corroborate that. And generally it is true. That is the case within a certain level of standard error of estimate or whatever. It's been the case. So I have both these clips. I'm going to screen share. Are we okay with that? Both of us screen share. Am I okay to do that, Donovan?
Yeah.
While I do that,
Shout
tell
out
us.
to Billy Duran again.
Shout out Billy Duran.
Shout out
Any
Dunkademics.
thoughts? Any thoughts by you, Donovan, about this? What do you think?
Why did you jump so high that day?
Yeah. Oh, John told me why I jumped so high. But hold on. Thoughts? I knew it was my highest jump ever when I did it. Like, not after even seeing the video, just when I did it. But I didn't know it was that high. But I don't know if you said at the time yet, but it was high. I didn't know it was that high.
Yeah. So this is a crazy video. This is so well filmed. Where was this?
Cross court, really nice court in LA. Yeah.
It's in LA.
Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead.
What do you got? Don't hit me, please. No, were you dunking with Isaiah Espinoza?
Yes, bro. Yo,
his two dunks he posted looked ridiculous.
I filmed those, but bro, he is insane. Like,
which if you're saying he's insane, I believe it.
So now, now I understand why people, like, if they see me dunk, they think it's crazy, because watching him dunk is insane. Like, same thing with you, Isaiah. Like, when I see you two dunk, it looks so different than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Can I say something, guys? You guys are already me saying something?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Can I play this first or no?
This is a safe space.
Is this Ryan?
Wait, I want to hear the thing though. I want to hear the thing.
All right, let me say it first.
Donovan, say what you were gonna say.
Dude, I think meaning Espinoza. I think Espinoza jumps 52. He jumps like his. Think about this. You saw those videos, and yeah, sure, definitely a little bit of angle, but just seeing him in person, like, it looks more like he's only like 5'10" with shoes, not without. So, like, bro, he jumps like, I don't know, bro. Like, he jumps insane, dude.
There he is, right there on the outside.
Yeah.
I think my personal lens on this, in terms of where Isaiah Rivera is compared to him, I think Isaiah Rivera, because they're both named Isaiah, which sucks. Dude, Isaiah has the highest vertical in the world. Okay, well, I think Isaiah's are on the cusp of hitting 51 on any given day. Like, it's going to happen probably fairly soon, assuming he can stay healthy. I'm like very confident of that. I think Isaiah Espinoza can hit 51 as well on any given day. I think that based on watching the training of each of these two, I think that Isaiah Espinoza is more talented. And he's what, 20 years old? Is he even 21?
Yeah. He's 20. He's 20. He's 20.
He's 20?
Yeah.
Bro, that's why, Isaiah, he didn't consume the poison that we've put in our body before. It's gotta be what it is.
You're talking about alcohol?
Yeah. No, his training age is like pretty young though. Like he's just so talented.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's play this video here. All right, so wait. Do you guys let's play full speed first, or you want like the full 50-second slow-mo video of Donovan getting
full speed first? Gotta go full speed, bro.
Hey, hell no, bro. I want this right
here. We're too far in.
Oh my goodness, what beautiful technique. Oh, bro. What?
Dude, it looks so fake. It doesn't look real.
I think I don't think I could dunk on that hoop, bro. And Donovan literally did this. What?
Oh
my God. Your quads look insane, dude. Look at your quads.
You know when I know it's a massive jump? Look how early he got knee to knee, bro.
Look at his quad.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the separation of his vastus lateralis. And
yeah, that thing is contracting.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there, bro. Before he's even
he's past knee to knee right there. Like he's literally past knee to knee.
His feet is a depth jump. Bro's literally depth jumping.
You know what's interesting about that technique? When
I'm
jumping my highest jumping days ever, I jump like that. And then when I'm feeling like timid, like the penultimate's not long, like it's literally what you said, like the depth jump, like good jump days for like I'm doing a depth jump into it.
So real quick, let's look at this. You see toe off again. Shout out Billy for doing a great job filming this. So toe off, right? Oh, I guess we'll go back a little bit. What the heck? You guys can still see this? All right.
Yeah.
Right there, toe off, perfect position, right? Obviously, not much you're gonna do when you're jumping as high as you can. Just fucking takes off. Crazy. So then on the way down, look at the configuration. I want you guys to take a mental snapshot of this.
Great, Alex.
All right. So landing rate there. So this is, you can see the shadow under his shoe. He's still in the air. You can still see a little bit of space under his foot. Now he's on the ground. All right. So that I've measured this. I've looked at the flight time and I've gotten 0.992, 993. So for perspective, when Isaiah lands, he's got one arm up in the air and the other arm down, kind of like maybe over here. And, but pretty similar configuration, but Isaiah's hand would be up in the air. You agree, Isaiah?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to go back and we're actually going to look at the other clip, and I'm going to have you guys kind of just take some mental notes about how you land on this one, because they're very, very, very different. And I also think that the skill of the Vertec is not something that you've mastered yet. Oh, Shunker. Ryan in the background. Did he just, is that a 9-foot rim? That's got to be a 9-foot rim, bro. He did not just self-bounce windmill on that in the background.
No, that's 9. That's 9, yeah.
Oh, bro, I was like, what?
I was like, he just freaking takes off.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the Vertec now. All right. So let's just go to like here. So here's Donnie coming in. First off,
can you move that cursor out the way?
Oh yeah, this thing.
Yeah. Move it to the left, like top left.
You want it over here? Yes. Is that good enough?
I am satisfied. Carry on.
My liege. May I speak? All right, so let's see where we're positioning at. Are you a little bunched, bro? Were you running up on this a little bit? Maybe. Yeah, maybe a little bit. You're definitely bunched. You gotta move that vert trainer back, bro. But that's okay. Positioning, yeah, it's pretty similar. A little late, maybe. Yeah, dude, this is not the same jump. Look at your block foot. It's like setting down.
It looks like it's crashing down.
You don't have as much speed coming into this. Was this the next jump?
Not directly, but the next full approach max effort, yeah. I did like 2 in between, small ones.
Okay. So here, same configuration. Slap stat. How much of that did you get?
I got like, you see the lines on your finger? I got like the second line. So I probably touched like 47, 47 and a half.
The bell's 46, right?
Yeah, Bell's 46.
Yeah, because right there, you can tell you've got, at least, probably that second line. So 2 inches. Each of those is an inch.
Wait, did Isaiah test on the day?
48.
He didn't test. He just did dunks.
He was scared.
He should
Scared
have
of
tested.
Donovan. All right, so look at this configuration now. All right, bro. Like that is the highest possible configuration.
Yo.
That is the highest possible configuration you can have. Like it literally, look at your foot, bro. Okay,
Yeah.
you're plantar flexed, so you're pointing your toe, and both your arms are above your. This one's super high, like way above your head. This one is like literally you're trying to touch the ground as early as possible, right? And the left leg is touching down before the right leg considerably. I mean, we're talking frames here. So we're looking here, like, bro, there's 2 frames before that other foot's even on the ground. Like you're touching down so early on that. And yeah, I mean, that makes sense. So the flight time on this, for perspective, if you guys watch each of those, you might be like, oh, I don't really know what those flight times could, like. That one obviously couldn't be that. So what did you test? That was a 46-inch touch.
Yeah, 46.
But you were 2 inches above, so let's call it 48. Isaiah, what would your flight time be on that?
On a 48 would be 951 to 955 in there.
All right. You're sure? You feel confident with that answer?
Yeah.
All right. Your flight time was 0.951, which is crazy. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So you're somewhere between those two. And I've said this multiple times. I think it is a little bit of a skill. I think the jump was better on the height check. I think on the day you're probably at, I don't know. I mean, that height check was crazy. That height check was insane.
Have you?
Yeah.
0.992, has it ever been done in 120 FPS or more?
What's Espinoza?
No.
I got 0.993, bro.
Billy said he got Espinoza at, didn't he say 56 frames?
Yeah, less frames than me. Yeah.
Mind you, Billy, for reference, Billy starts it and ends it a frame earlier than what we measure. So he starts measuring on the first frame that the feet are off the ground and ends it on the last frame before the feet hit the ground. So add 2 frames. Add 2 frames. So he got Donovan. Go ahead.
Yeah, Espinoza, he also did a height check. But yeah, mine was 2 frames higher than his on the day.
So Donovan did 58 frames. So for our standards, that would be 60 frames, which checks out because we just did 0.99 on 120 FPS. Espinoza was 56 frames, which for us would be 58. So that's like 0.96, 0.97 around there.
Here's the thing,
crazy.
Donovan, were you supposed to come to Florida to dunk on the 14th?
No, I wasn't gonna go. No,
okay.
Like not this close.
I was just curious because we're thinking about getting the other Isaiah to come out. I've asked Isaiah and I've verified it. Now I said the other day I would fly him out. We'd fly him out to have this dunk session. Mind you, I won't even be there, so I'm kind of sad about it. But
no, you could. Remember, you might be able to.
Wait.
There's a chance. We'll talk about it off podcast.
I don't, maybe, but it's very unlikely that I will be there. At this, I'm not committing to being there. Let me say that.
Yeah.
There's a chance, but I'm not committing to that. So I think that it's going to be interesting if Isaiah tests, Rivera tests, because he's on a deload.
And you know what's interesting?
He might explode.
The numbers are starting to add up. You know how right before jumping well, my power clean starts coming back?
Yeah, all the numbers start coming back.
And today it felt like it was finally starting to come back.
So the likelihood that things go well are considerably higher. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting to see what happens. I think that I had a dream that you did it last night and I wasn't there and I was really upset. So I'm not a prophet, but if you test 51, maybe I am.
It's going to be so hard I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know if it'll be before the session or during the session. If Isaiah also wants to test, we're gonna have different heights going on. So it's gonna be a
you
little.
don't have two vert. Just take my vert trainer, bro. What? Just take two vert
Oh, I
trainers.
forgot you have a freaking vert trainer. Yes.
Yeah, and he hasn't touched over 12, right?
Nah.
Oh yeah, so you're good. Solid.
That's what sucks for me and Donnie boy. We gotta be touching so high.
You guys got to touch like,
Bro, it's crazy. I actually just uploaded the video of last session, but the gym was packed and I was testing my vertical. Everybody stopped. Like everybody, there was games running on, like, and everybody just stopped and was watching, and they were just like, "What the hell? Like, they were asking me if I was gonna touch it, and they were like, "No way, no way." I had it at like 12 flat, and I just went up, like, walk up basically and touched 12, and they were like freaking out. It's different. It looks
crazy.
different when it's 12 feet in the air. Like,
dude, think about what did you touch when I first started coaching? 11.9, 11.8,
yep,
11.9.
It was 11.8.5 or 11.9.5. One of those two.
And that was like trying as hard as you possibly can.
Yeah,
unloaded everything. Like, well, you're still kind of coming back from injury, but you were jumping regularly, and then now you struggled to
7
get
inches higher than that.
Yeah, dude. Like you could not hit 12 feet again for a while, and now you just like walk up to it, and you're just like, or you did it later on. We think the Vertec was leaning, so maybe it was 11.10, 11.10.5, and then touched 12, right? Or 11.11, then 12 or something.
Yeah.
And then now he's touching 50.5 security, and you've done it twice. How many times did you hit 50 at this point?
A lot. This year, quite a bit. I think it happened like we did it at the. I don't even know. I'd have to look back.
You've done it a handful of times
this year,
which is crazy. That's like Usain Bolt going out and running like 960s a bunch of times and like not in major championships. Like it's a good sign. And so it's gonna be really exciting. But Donovan, share what happened, because like race cars that are trying to break records, what happens? What happened to you, bro?
Like roughly like 6 jumps after I did that with the high flight time, I pulled my quad.
Tweaked it.
How many jumps in were you? Like, dude, how far into the session were you? Like, were you at this point?
15 jumps.
50?
15.
15. Oh, 15. 15.
Yeah. So the first thing I said to him is I was like, "How much caffeine? Did you take more caffeine than usual?"
He knew right away.
He goes,
"Really?
What did you say? It was something that I don't even remember. He's like, "Bro, how did you know that?" And I was like, "I didn't. I just asked." Like, and he was like, "What is what type of voodoo magic magician shit is this?" He's like, "What is this mystical shit?" And I was like, "No, I assume so, because caffeine is a super powerful stimulant. So if you jumped higher with, if you jumped higher and you pulled your quad, then my question would be, were you unloaded? Were you fitter than you've ever been? Were you jumping higher than you've ever been? Yes. Okay. How much caffeine did you have on the day? Because if you had adrenaline plus double the dose of caffeine, well, your forces are going to go up a lot, and you're going to rip the tires off the wheel. And that is what happened, unfortunately, for this dear child. So he did squat. You did squat. What, today? You squatted?
Yeah,
185, 215.
215.
So I gave him a rule. I said, don't go above like a 3 or 4 in pain. And Donovan's like, hey, I feel like a 6 after doing, and I gave him like 50%. I was like, go squat like 50 or 45% or whatever, like light, very light. And
60.
One thing, 60. Okay. So one thing, but I did say, don't go above. What did I say? Don't go above
4.
what? Huh?
4.
And where did you feel 4?
Well, no, to be fair, when I did my first reps, like, because it was 4x10, when I did my first like 3 or 4 reps, there was nothing. But then I wanted to finish the set, and by the 10th rep, it was like a 6.
Donovan said, it said 10. The piece of paper said 10, so I'm doing 10. That's literally what Isaiah does too, so you're not alone.
Were there any signs before you pulled it, or it was just
none at all? Actually, I'm lying. Listen.
Lying.
I am lying. There was no. I didn't feel it that day. I felt it the session before last week. Not the day of. I warmed up, nothing at all. But last week, after I did an event with D Friga, and after the session, like towards the end, I was like, dang, I was like, my quad's really tight. Like it wasn't bad though. Like it wasn't like I didn't actually pull it, but I was like, dang, I'm like, this is really sore. It's usually not this sore. And then I was fine up until I warmed up. So yes, there was a sign actually.
You may have,
and it makes sense. High adrenaline environments, probably jumping highest ever. You're really light. You're lighter than you've been too, right?
Yeah, I lost
what
a
Josh
lot
said.
of weight.
So the thing is, I don't necessarily think that would be bad. It's just the contractile velocities would be higher because, like, technically he's handling less momentum at the same. Like, if he's running the same velocity into the jump, he has less momentum. Like, he's a lighter truck.
Yeah.
You know, he's still a truck.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge, freaking huge. But he's still a truck. So when he comes into the jump and he, you know, has to stop all that momentum, it's 190 versus 220 or whatever. You know, obviously 30 pounds more is going to be harder. But at amortization, if, you know, maybe he's not at the same positions, maybe he's able to get into deeper positions now that he's lighter and can kind of handle deeper positions because he's
he might be running
push
faster.
out of it. Yeah, he can load faster. I was going to say, like, rate of force development could be higher. Maybe that's another reason why. But generally, I mean, the other thing too is, like, if you were depleted of like water or, I don't know, multivitamins, micronutrients or macronutrients in a certain degree, maybe that would have done it. But look at this guy shaking. He's like, nah, dude, I ate 6 full-size horse pills every morning to make sure that. What do you have to say about the steroid accusations these days? Do you have anything to say for yourself?
For myself? What is that?
What did Max Crosby say to you? What did Max Crosby
We're catching you red-handed.
What did
Max Crosby and Marshawn Lynch, they said, you're on steroids? And I was like, no, I'm not. And they're like, oh, well, you should. You'd be even crazier. I was like, bro.
I have one more accusation that I want to bring to the table.
Let's catch him red-handed off the record. He didn't know this was going to happen.
What do you say? This is both of you. I'm accusing both of you. What do you say to the people that say he hasn't improved, that he always jumped that high?
I think you've jumped way higher.
Dude, okay. So for reference, it's like also
jump I can look at to verify this.
Yeah. Also, yeah, there you go. I have another jump from earlier in my THP training, but also you can literally just go watch a video from when. All right, I was talking to Billy about this actually yesterday, 2 days ago. So the Texas 23 dunk camp, even though John had been writing my programming, John says it was the easiest program ever. Just jump, right?
It was the easiest program ever. It was the easiest thing ever. Oh,
so
people don't know where he started.
Yeah, no. Leading up to the Texas 23 dunk camp, I hadn't weight lifted ever for vertical ever. So look at where I was in that video and then go watch my new sessions. And if you tell me there's no difference, you're blind.
Yeah.
And one more question. The session you posted it recently. You had long hair. You were way skinnier. It was with Travis Reynolds.
Yeah. Was
that rim low?
910.5. Yeah, low.
Okay. So that explains, because it looks insane on there. But
that was also my best jumping day. Well, that was like top 5 ever, like for the time, you know. So that was also just an insane jumping day. But yeah, it was low too. So that's.
But now imagine this day you just had, what it would have looked like on 910.5. Imagine that height check on 910.5 would have been stupid.
Yeah.
So I have one of you. Let me see this. This is probably the highest. This is the highest jump I saw on that day, and this is
Dallas.
Yeah, so 234.05. So what is that from? That is July 17th. Depth jump.
And also to the steroid accusations.
Everyone, go on. Try to entertain the people while I get the data real quick here.
Everyone in any sport who's the best or the top, like the top few of what they do, get accused. So there you go. That's end of discussion.
So
look at that NBA.
So you're on,
look
bro.
at
You're just saying you're
look
on.
at. Yeah. Okay. Like literally everyone.
You didn't say that they're innocent. You just said they get accused.
Okay. I didn't. Oh yeah. I don't know about them. The guys in all those leagues, they're probably not innocent. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just hating too.
I started feeling good.
What did you say, Isaiah?
This year.
No, that's the best. That's the best feeling, bro.
I started getting accusations in 2022 because that's when like I broke through my plateau, got to 50, and then I had never trained upper body well, consistently. I trained it in spans of like 2 or 3 months.
Mhm.
That whole year I trained upper body, so I got way bigger mass wise, and then people were like, "Look, he got bigger, jumping higher, steroids."
Yeah, nah.
I mean,
Feels good.
getting better. Here's the other thing too: is like getting better when you're really good is
Hard.
it's hard. Like it's a hard
Yeah.
thing to do. What the? That's not right. The saying your flight time was 359 milliseconds. Is that right?
He has
You
150
got way better,
vertical.
bro. You got 3 times better. I don't know what
3
the,
times. Okay.
like. What are they talking about? No,
Also, I think. Wait, John. I think you should explain that more. About, I think a lot of people don't realize that the better you get at something, it's harder to get even better.
oh
I think
yeah,
it's
like
easier.
people like what you need to identify is that as you get better, getting better is way harder. Not just a little bit. I'm talking exponentially harder. And it's just the nature of improving in human performance. For Usain Bolt to go from 9:58 to 9:57 is a hell of a lot harder than it was for him to go from 11 seconds to 10 seconds. Even though you're looking at a difference of a second, or whatever, him running 100th faster, 100th? Yeah, 100th faster is way, way harder than running a full second faster.
So yeah, this is perfect.
What is
Yeah.
that curve, bro?
So
What is
people ask me all the time. They're like, "Oh, you're a THP athlete." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, amazing." And they're always like, "But didn't you?" They're like, "I've seen your videos, and like, you probably jumped 46 before them." And I'm like, "Yeah, but now I jump 50. I don't think you realize like how much harder that like. It's not just it's so easy. Like, yeah, that's a lot, right? I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, some people are. I don't know if the word is like diluted. Isn't the word?
Ignorant.
Ignorant. Yeah, I mean, it's. I think what people want to see is the transformations of like people like Corey Chisholm with you. Like they don't realize you were already so good. You were already jumping. I mean, we talked about a second ago. Before you started training with us, you were so talented. But how much had you jumped? How much had you jumped prior to that with like training on your own and stuff like that?
Prior to what?
What's that?
Prior to what? You said prior to that. Prior to THP?
Yeah.
A lot. Less than Isaiah, but a lot more than everyone else.
Yeah. So you jumped, like you had a lot of jump
Yeah.
volume, and you got up to a point where like you were pretty like good. You know what I mean? I mean, what do you think your vertical was before on a 10-foot rim, compared to now? How good do you think that you were? And here's another thing that's really interesting that people don't realize is there's a session where right before you stopped dunking, you dunked with Isaiah, right? And that was a pretty like eye-opening like experience, I think, for you in a good way, where you're like, holy shit, like he's good. You know what I mean? Like he jumps really high and he's really, really good at dunking.
Yeah.
And you were at the same level as that session with Travis and stuff like that. So well, you were better?
Not quite. Yeah, not quite. But yes, it was eye opening. Yes, it was.
But how close were you to that session with Travis? By the way, I looked at the flight time. It was 940 milliseconds. And you grabbed the rim. You grabbed the rim, which increases it by like a lot.
That's terrible.
And he's probably like what, 930? Well, Isaiah, how much does grabbing the rim change it? Like 10 to 20 milliseconds?
Probably 0.1. If it depends. Like if it's a wrist, it's probably like 0.1.
Yeah. It wasn't like a hang. It was
That
like
was 0.920.
So you were at
0.93
on that. That's the highest jump I had ever seen.
That's like 44, yeah.
0.93 would be.
I would say like 44.
Yeah, probably 44. So now you're 48,
maybe.
That's considerable progress, and you've probably. I mean, that's a flight time too. Like I don't know what you would have tested, but what have you? So I mean, who knows? But you've gotten better objectively, a lot better. So anyways, the point I'm making is that you were really, really good when you went to that session with Isaiah. And if you were to dunk on that same rim today, I think it would be like night and day different. You know what I mean? How high was that rim? 9, 10 and a half as well?
Yeah.
I can't fathom you on that anymore. When I see you on low rims, it's laughable. I actually think you jump lower on low rims these days. I don't know if you
it's
just don't try as hard.
My intent's lower. Yeah, it's harder to
Yeah,
jump.
like you just don't try as hard. You're just like, this is too low. I don't have to really jump that high to hit every single dunk I have in my bag. So maybe we just need to give you harder dunks. Maybe that's what it is.
Harder?
Maybe. Yeah.
You need to do harder dunks. Like not dunk harder. I'm saying more difficult dunks. Maybe that's why.
No, I know. I mean,
here's the last question, and then we'll let you go after this. So another allegation, if you will, caught red-handed. Word is you just want to jump high the whole time you're here. How do you feel about that?
Well, no, we talked yesterday. I changed my.
No, it's an allegation. You know,
It is an allegation, and what I have to say to that is I changed my thought process. I want to be deloaded and ready. The first session still can be fun. So the first one I'm there is going to be like a complete crazy, and then I train hard the rest of the time I'm there. There you go.
So just one
first one I go crazy
session.
Yeah,
Isaiah, are you going to unload for that?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Wait. I have one request though. We have to do a gym that's 9/11 or 10 or higher because my intent's too low on anything lower.
I mean, I would love that. I don't really like seeing you guys. I personally don't like dunking on low rims unless like I'm just goofing off and having fun. But for you guys, absolutely not.
Isaiah, we got a hoop when we're there too. We got a hoop.
That would be fun as hell.
I would love that. It's gonna be so fun. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. I literally can't wait. Rubel will be here. Dom. Josh is nasty at ball, isn't he? Isn't he like pretty good?
Yeah. He played D2.
Really good. He played D2 basketball.
Yeah.
How good is he at throwing lobs?
Pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
This is going to be glorious.
All dunkers are good at throwing lobs.
I'm not a dunker. I didn't say that. Anyways, that's the last allegation. All right. Well, this was insightful. In conclusion, Donovan jumps high as balls. I think you probably are at 9. I think on a Vertec, you got to get better at the skill of it, but you definitely could hit. I don't know, dude. You should be able to hit 50 based on these numbers.
I think it's the better jump.
We can practice that. We can practice that, Isaiah. We'll practice.
Yeah.
So that's that. And then other things, Isaiah and you are gonna have a crazy dunk session. Isaiah Espinosa's flying in. We decided that. So Isaiah, if you listen to this, shoot us a text. I hopefully we'll be there. We'll see. And what else? What else do we say? Oh, you're not on drugs. Neither of you. Allegedly. I don't know. You're going to be living with me. If I find needles, you're in trouble, mister. I swear it's just insulin. I'm diabetic.
I'm done.
We're in the bathroom. We're like stabbing each other in the butt.
Oh my goodness, I love it. All right, well, yeah, that's the podcast, guys. If you're interested in getting coaching, go to teachbstrength.com. And the goal, and getting better is harder when you're better. So just stay the course. And the more you train, the harder you train, the harder it is to get better. But the only way to get better is to keep doing it. So write that down. All right, see you guys.
Peace out.